All right, I would like to start with you. Of course, the special advisor to the governor, Mr. Darlington Orji. It's great to have you on the program. I mean, let's, for Nigerians and for clarity, let's wind back a bit as regards the political feud or crisis that is happening in the state. One thing that seems to be a constant, even on the lips of the FCT minister, who is a major player in all of the political happenings in the state versus the governor, is an agreement, a perceived agreement. So I want to ask you, sir, what exactly is the context of this agreement that seems to be all over the place?
Thank you for giving me the privilege and the opportunity to speak to our people and the people of Nigeria. Your question is very clear. What is the content of the agreement? My dear brother and the anchor, I can tell you for free, nobody has presented any copy of agreement before Rivers people. Neither has it been formally quoted. And again, by the way, what is the agreement as it relates to Rivers people? The only thing that is available in the street of Port Harcourt is rumors, mongering around that the governor will not contest for a second term. Appointments will be made from the quote-unquote leader. You reach an agreement with assembly members and all of that. But then, these are stories in the street. Let me also inform you, assuming without conceding that an agreement was reached, there are letters in the agreement. I'm only aware that the major team, the members of Rivers State House of Assembly, are clamoring for the same presentation of a supplementary budget. And if you understand that the framers of our constitution did not envisage the lacuna that may occur if a state of emergency is being declared. I remember in Rivers State, when the state of emergency was declared, prior to that time, the government made efforts to submit budget to the Amaewhule-led assembly. And of course, you saw it was very glaring that there was a lot of denial on the part of Martin Amaewhule and members of his assembly. That the governor did not write them directly, the governor did not call him. And moving on, we saw witnesses and proofs that governor actually made also much efforts, but all proved to no avail. Now, when there was state of emergency, you are aware that budget was presented in National Assembly, approved and assented by Mr. President. So one of your grounds is that the governor is supposed to present a supplementary budget, and that because your interest was not captured and accommodated in the budget that was presented by the former sole administrator. It goes clear to say, you are actually working for Rivers people or you are working for yourself. Because I'm aware that even the budget that was presented by the former sole administrator, the governor has no input in it, and they do not also have. And the governor said, don't worry, whatever interest you have, by November, remember, when they called us back, and December is just by the corner, that when budget is being presented, whatever interest you think we are not covered with will be accommodated. And they went head down to say he must represent budget. And I'm also aware, and I can tell you authoritatively, that the governor met with the leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, the speaker, and 3 elders that I wouldn't want to mention their name on this live broadcast.
I'm sorry, but
the governor told them
just to get context to this, you said the governor met with the leaders of the State House of Assembly and 3 elders. I mean, it would be nice if we can know who these elders are, for people that are passionately following the politics of Rivers and want to see peace at the end of this. Who are these persons?
Of the Rivers State politics, there are people that the former governor and FCT minister will always refer to as the leaders and elders of Rivers State. And I'm telling you here authoritatively that the governor, His Excellency, met with 3 elders and the leadership of the House, including Martin Amaewhule and Major Jack, who is the leader of Rivers State House of Assembly. And in that meeting, the issue of representation of budget was mentioned, and the governor was explicit on it to say, I will not, because December is by the corner. And they said their interest was not covered or accommodated, and he said, don't bother. In 2026, whatever interest you have, we'll look at it and carry everybody along. But at the budget of 2025 that was presented by Ibas, that he has no input and they don't have input.
All right.
And if you are actually sacrificing and working for Rivers people, I think that the proper thing to do is to agree with Mr. Governor and say, okay, by 2026 budget, every order of accommodation that you want to be made or that we are not carrying along, everybody will suggest and a budget will be presented for the people of Rivers State, other than insisting for supplementary budget.